What's up, YouTube? It's Justin from Team Misplay here. In this video, we're going to talk about the side deck suite for the September 2011 format. Also, we have a blog out now. It's www.teammisplay, and the I is the number 1, .blogspot.com. We'll have a link for it in the description below. Also, there'll be a link for it in the video. It'll be an annotation. But pretty much in this video, what we're going to talk about is side deck options that you can use this format and for the coming decks that are coming out this format. We have obviously going to have way more than 15 cards, just so you can have your choice of preferences. But anyway, let's get started. So first up, we're going to have the monsters. We got Ally of Justice Quarantine. This card is pretty much a Christia for light monsters. Neither player can special summon light monsters. It's got 1700 attack, 1200 defense. It's a good way to keep agents at bay. Every monster in their deck is a light monster, so if they can't put a monster on the field, they can't beat you. Next is Cycle Reader. Ally of Justice Cycle Reader is a tuner, 1000 attack, 1000 defense, 3 stars. It's a machine, and it'll let you, it's pretty much DD Crow specifically for light monsters. You can pitch it from your hand in order to target 2 light monsters in the graveyard and remove them from play, and you can use it on either player's turn. It's a good way to keep Christia off the board. It's a good way for you to be able to take away Hyperion's ability to pop cards once you summon. Alright, next, Consecrated Light. The Dark World Structure deck is coming out. This is going to be a key card in assisting in keeping them off the field and out of your ass. Everybody knows what it does. Everybody remembers what it did during Blackwing format. Everybody remembers what it did during Gravekeepers and during Infernities. Next is Ally of Justice Core Destroyer. It's a Catastor specifically for light monsters. So you can protect it, attack before damage calculation. It'll just destroy the light monsters and send them to the graveyard. Up next is Kaiku. 1800 body. Whenever you do damage, you can remove from play up to 2 monsters from your opponent's graveyard. You just take anything away, anything at all. There's no limit on, or there's no requirements specifically. You can grab any 2 cards. Cyber Dragon, pretty much a staple in your side deck. It's a good 5-star first turn special summon. You can synchro with it, and now you can exceed into Tyrus or Adreus, which are 2 very strong cards. Up next, Thunder King, another side deck staple. Keeps people from adding cards to their hands. So no Stratos, no Earth, no Duality, no Rhoda, nothing. 1900 attack, really hard to get over, and you contribute it to negate a monster. You contribute it to negate a monster special summon. Veiler, obviously stops effects. Everybody knows what it does. It's a good card to stop from your hand. And then the last monster, DD Crow. What can we say? Graveyard is very dependent this format. If you can DD Crow their monsters, then they can't get their combos off. Moving on to the traps for your side deck suite. You got Transmigration Prophecy. Again, it's a good way to control your graveyard, your opponent's graveyard. You can stop them from DD Crowing your monsters, or you can send monsters back to keep their graveyard insufficient for any combo pieces. Starlight Road, the first card that everybody thought about when Heavy Storm came back. It's a good way if you've got 2 monsters, you've got a bluff card in a Starlight Road, wait out that Heavy Storm, wait out that Dark Hole. Whatever destroys 2 cards, just activate Starlight Road and you get a free Stardust. Magic Drain. It's another good card. You have 5 back rows set. You can Magic Drain their Heavy Storm, multiple monsters. You can Magic Drain their Dark Hole, and they're gonna have to immediately discard a spell card from their hand in order to get their spell card to go through. So, at best, you stop their plays from going off. At worst, you make them minus to keep their plays going. Threatening Roar, chainable card, stops their attacks, with Light Sworns and Twilights being a pretty big deck option. You can get them to end up milling out their whole deck and winning that way. Compulsory Evacuation Device. It's just another good chainable card. You can get synchros off the field. You can get Hyperion off the field. You can get Christia off the field. And, you know, if their monsters aren't on the field to beat you down, then you have a good position of getting into their ass. Next is a combo, obviously. Mind Crush and Trap Dust Shoot. A lot of people actually started main decking this card, but I mean they speak for themselves. You look at your opponent's hand, send a monster back. Mind Crush. Everybody's searching this format. Just call out the card, get to look at their hand, and discard the cards. Following up is Chain Disappearance. This card is still good. Plants are big. Billy Break 1 YCS with plants. You can hit Tour Guide with this, Lone Fire with this, Dandelion with this, Debris Dragon with this. The whole plant deck will just get shut down if you can Chain Disappearance one of their big cards. Also, you can get Monarchs, Treeborn Frog. Up next, we got Gozen Match. Again, for the plant matchup. Pretty good at just making them consolidate their field into one card. Debunk. This stops Battle Fader. It stops Gores. It stops Herald of Orange. Stops Herald of Orange. It stops DD Crow. Stops Veiler. It's a pretty good card to protect when you really just don't want what you have on the field being destroyed and having something hit you from the hand that you weren't expecting. Magic cards. We got Soul Release. Graveyard's important. If you can Soul Release all the fairies away, they can't bring out Hyperion. They can't bring out Christia. They can't drop JD. They can't bring out Graphas, reuse Graphas. And you can take away a lot of their options with plants, with a Debris Dragon play, or a Junk Synchron play, or a Call the Haunted play. We have more cards that obviously aren't here. We have Divine Wrath. Divine Wrath, it is a minus, but it pretty much works like a Herald of Orange Light, as well as a Gladiator Beast War Chariot. Effects are so important right now in this meta because you don't have your back row to protect you. Leeching the Light, Billy Break used this as well. He decided it. So many light monsters being played. What Leeching the Light does is it takes the attack from a light monster, and all your monsters gain that monster's attack. So if they've got a big beater like Hyperion on the field, you Leeching the Light, all your monsters are greater than or equal to Hyperion's attack, and you can just attack over for a game. Light and Dark Imprisoning Mirror. These stop all effects of light and dark monsters. You know, again, Light Imprisoning Mirror and Dark Imprisoning Mirror were used this past format against Gravekeepers, Lightsworns, Twilight. Max C, which is almost main deck now in 2s. You know, you can just dare your opponent to keep special summoning, and you will just keep drawing from your deck, or you can stop their plays completely. And Autonomous Action Unit. It's a monster reborn. You pay 1,500 life points and you get a monster out of their graveyard. Say that they brought out BLS, successfully summoned, and you managed to destroy it. You can Autonomous Action Unit BLS back to your side of the field and attack with it. If you have any other cards that you think would be good in the side deck suite for the September 2011 format, leave it in the comment section below. Again, be sure to check out our blog. We'll have weekly blog postings by E from Team Misplay. Also, remember to rate the video, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and it's not a pro play unless it's a misplay.